Okay. So, Ian, hi, it's great to see you. And can I just say thank you for taking the time and agreeing to doing this video testimonial. What I'd like to say, if it's okay, could you just give me kind of introduce yourself in terms of name, role, and company, please? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, David. Thanks for inviting me. We've known each other a long time, so yeah, it's a real pleasure. So my name is Ian Cook. I'm a chartered financial planner with Quilter Cheviot in the wealth management and discretionary uh, mi- wealth management space.
Yeah, I know. It took me a while to get my head around it, so I don't know how you're coping with it, Ian. Anyway, so what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, just kind of could you share kind of the challenges that you were or are facing in the current role?
Yeah, so the majority of challenges that I face is generally dealing with different personality types. So it's different type of clients and really working and trying to understand how each individual operates and kind of what their communication channel would be, how they think, how they process information. Because obviously I'm looking at it from a two-dimensional space, coming from my perspective, how I
Mm,
deal with things. So
yeah.
so yeah, it's just generally dealing with the public and understanding what those different kind of personality traits are.
Yeah, can I just say, I suppose you in particular dealing with high net worth individuals, do you think that aspect's even more important?
I think it's really important because generally when people are making financial choices, they are considered choices. So they're not choices that just you wake up in the morning, you think, yes, I'm going to employ this chartered financial planner to look after my wealth for the rest of my life. So it takes time to build those relationships with those individuals. I've been in the industry long enough to really understand a lot of the different personality types, but in some ways, having the issue is really understanding the depth at which I needed to kind of probe people and what were the right questions to ask in certain circumstances.
Okay, great. And can I ask you, what did we do together in terms of to help you in your current role then?
Yeah, okay. So one of the first things that we did together was you analysed my profile. So you worked out what my personality type was. And I think that's that was the biggest eye opener because
Hmm.
I thought I was a particular way, and actually I was a complete opposite of what I thought. So understanding my own personality type and then overlaying it to the type of clients. So
Yeah,
that was really the start of our coaching journey.
yeah,
Um, and really from there we went on and we've done some classroom training. You've come into the business and really not only with me but with the team you really massively helped us, and we still to this day when we talk about certain clients we'll categorize them in some of the
yeah.
color categories that you gave us, and even with some of my junior members. So when I take on trainee financial planners inside our business and they need to learn, they've got to learn from us guys. We will often talk about the certain personality types of a client because I think that's absolutely
Hmm.
fundamental to understanding the individuals that are in front and really what are their triggers, what are their mechanisms
Hmm.
that are going to make them effectively buy you, because
Yeah,
we're selling ourselves as our service. We're discretionary wealth managers. We're looking after significant wealth, pensions, and investments. These monies are precious for people for the rest of their life. And unless you understand the language that you're talking to the person that's in front of you,
Hmm.
you're never going to get on. You're
Yeah,
never going to build that relationship and develop that level of trust for someone to entrust you to
yeah.
look after their monies.
Oh, it's great. Now, let's be frank here. You're a seasoned,
Yeah.
tenured professional. So, can I ask you, what sort of benefits then do you think you gained from this?
Okay. So I don't know if you've ever heard of this analogy. Two woodcutters in a wood. One guy sits down for lunch every day, but as he's eating his lunch, he's sharpening his axe. And the other woodcutter who sits there smacking the tree all day with this blunt old axe, the other guy who sits down and has quite an easy time of it, he never really understands why that guy is doing twice the productivity of everything else. So in our industry, we call that sharpening your axe.
Yeah,
So myself and my colleagues often talk about sharpening the axe.
right.
And I feel the kind of coaching that you provide, and also the one-on-one when I've got issues with clients, I call that sharpening my axe. I'm
Yeah.
just effectively, I'm a honed operator. I've been working in this space for a long time. I know most of what I need to do, but you're there, you're the rear view mirror.
Mm,
You're the wing mirrors to see the things that I'm not seeing.
mm,
I'm really discussing individual cases with clients. One such example that we've discussed recently, where client just wouldn't communicate with me.
mm.
It was a reasonable sum of money to be dealing with, and there was no reason why this client shouldn't communicate with me. And you quite simply said, send a text message.
Mm.
The other communication method, the calls and the emails are not working. Send a text message, and within 5 minutes of
Yeah.
sending that message, I got the answer that I needed from the
Amazing.
client. They just needed more space and needed
Yeah.
more time.
Yeah.
And what that gave me was absolutely invaluable, because it meant I could move on and put
Yeah.
time into other clients that valued what we were doing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not always the answer that you want, but at least
True.
it's an answer, and it
Yeah. No.
gets
No.
it
That's
gets
that's a
moving.
fair point, Ian. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so those are the real benefits. It's the sharpening the axe. It's seeing what I can't see from my own perspective.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the ongoing coaching, the fact that just a one simple text message that I never thought of changed the direction, and actually eventually that client has now signed up with me.
Even better news, then, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah. So got
Um,
got to the right outcome.
Brilliant. And in terms of that, so is there anything else that you would like to either focus on or comment on? I also quite interested in things like I noticed your media profile is becoming more elevated.
It is, it
Yeah.
is, and that's something that you've really helped me with in terms of pushing myself forward. Because before I was not familiar with how to use LinkedIn, it was not a tool that I was using.
Mm,
So some of the help that you've given me there is absolutely invaluable. How to deal with journalists. So I now speak to journalists on a regular basis. So
yeah.
I'm published normally each week in the Telegraph, sometimes in the Times.
Yeah.
Most recently, I've been on ITV News and a political program within ITV, which was much of a new experience for me. You helped me in that area, just building my confidence, because although I look after many clients and I feel like I do a really good job,
Yeah.
sometimes there is the element inside you that thinks, kind of, why me?
Mm,
And really, what the coaching that you've given me has just really instilled that confidence into well, why not me?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's been a massive benefit. And the media is something that I'm looking to push forward with. Hopefully, some more television appearances, but mainly with the broadsheets. As long as I can keep on writing with the broadsheets, then I'll be wholly satisfied.
Brilliant. It sounds like you're going to be busy going forward as well, Ian, which is great news in terms of hearing
Absolutely,
that. Yeah.
absolutely.
I just want to take this moment to say again, thank you. Really appreciate you taking the time and sharing how we've been working together and what we've achieved. Long may it continue, by the way. All right.
Thank you, David.
And I
Thank
want
you.
to say thank you again, Ian. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers, David. Thank you.
Thanks.